is one of my favorite verses in the Quran. Literally. It's the end of Surah Al-An'am. Right? So the end of Surah Al-An'am, the cattle, is number 6. It's the chapter that's called the Surah of Tawheed. It's the surah that shows how much you really practicing the practical oneness of Allah, not the tongue. And even some scholars tells you, if you find it challenging to memorize, I remember this was an advice for me. You're finding it challenging? I said, yes, I said, work on your tawheed. Whoa. Work on your practical oneness of Allah. So the end of it, after Allah, it's a long surah, a lot of challenging things in it. And again, the last thing, Allah gives order to Rasul ﷺ. Are you ready? You need everyone to memorize this, the meaning. And then you sit down with yourself alone and see, is that me? He said, say, قل, meaning, Ya Muhammad, alayhi salatu wasalam, inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. And then, لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. طيب, what did Allah tell him? قل, say, إن صلاتي, my prayer. هنا الصلاة is a salah, the one we do. طيب. قل إن صلاتي ونسكي. What is a nusuk? Many meanings. Number 1, the obvious, clear, for those who are going for Hajj, is slaughtering the animal. Had the first meaning of nusuk. طيب, I'm not going to slaughter an animal. What is it? They said, every good deed you do. Every good deed you do. Obedience, extra, sunnah, obligation. Everything you do. طيب, and my living and my death to Allah. وَبِذَلِكَ أُمِرْتُ. It's an order. I'm not doing extra favor. That's my order. وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And I'm the first who submit to Allah. Now everybody take a breath. And I need you to look, each one of you, at your life. Don't share with anyone. Is your life, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter. Is it really salati, my prayer, the one we do? Every good deed I do, my living and my death for Allah. And I was ordered like this. That's what I saw there. When that woman looked at me and says, I raised my children to think of akhirah. And I raised them to eat halal. And this life is very short. And I'll see you in Jannah. That's salati wa nusuki. وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي وَبِذَلِكَ أُمِرْتُ. What is our hayat? Look, I want everyone to think. Don't answer me. May Allah forgive me before anybody. But in general, what is taking over our thinking, our planning? What is it? What is dunya? I need, which college I'm going to go? How well I'm going to do in the exam? What about my children? Is she getting married? The home? And that's all halal. I'm not saying we shouldn't. That's my dunya. But is it taking over? Am I doing it for Allah? Am I going to say to Allah, Ya Rabbi, I went to college, to that college for you? Ya Rabbi, I married this man for you? I did not marry this man for you? Do we do that? Why not? Why not? It's a good question, right? Why not? Because it's not my priority. Because Allah is not number 1 in my life. I'm not thinking of, when do I think of Allah? When I need Him. When I need Him. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. I applied for the job and tomorrow is literally, I get this question all the time, especially from the younger part of my family, right? What is the dua al-istikhara? So I know there is something major. Okay, so what do I say? What is this dua on before I go? I know there is an interview tomorrow. And you know what I say to myself? Especially when I start learning this concept, literally I start feeling shy. asked, like, how can you do that? You know, if I'm your friend, claim to be your friend, and I call you only when I need you. Only. I text you when I need you. To the point when you see my text, you're going to say, what does she want? What are you going to feel about me? Right? صاحبة مصلحة. She always wants something. You know what? I'm fed up. I'm not going to answer. She needs to go and find somebody else. Right? Imagine Allah SWT. I will remember him only when I need him. Whether I need something or I need something to be removed. That's not this. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي. Now, even this is actually a dua. One of the du'as we say when we pray. Dua al-istiftah, one of them is this one. What I want every one of you to change, to put the goal. Live your life, be successful, be beautiful, be rich, get the best thing in life, but make it for Allah. And there is 2 ways. Has to be, otherwise me and you are faking. Number 1 has to be halal. The source is halal, and the way you are doing it is halal.